Lil Durk's OTF crew might be turning against him, according to recent court updates. The feds believe Durk had a hand in two serious incidents. First, Samajh, who was involved in the death of Durk's brother, D-Thang. Then, OTF Jam's baby mama, who tragically passed away after Durk found out Jam was secretly wearing a wire around him. The authorities think Jam could be the key to linking Durk to all three cases. In an Instagram live, Durk seemed to catch on, noticing Jam adjusting his jacket, whispering and checking if the wire was still in place.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day.
Oh, my. Oh, dang.
Like back in the day.
Oh, look, he took a...
Check on your man, I heard you got his head.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Hey, when I was growing up, I
What happened to Dare?
architect. What happened to who? What happened to Dare? School trying to stop down.
All that woofing on the net, it got your man
Metro!
shit. Uh-huh.
Metro!
Prosecutors are now looking into Lil Durk's lyrics, claiming they found evidence of his involvement in serious crimes. DJ Academics broke it down, showing a timeline that connects Durk to these events. In 2020, Durk's brother was tragically killed. By 2021, there were more violent incidents, and in 2022, the people believed to be responsible for his brother's death were taken out. This series of events, from his brother's death to the alleged retaliation, tells a gripping and concerning story. In 2023, Lil Durk dropped his album Almost Healed, and when you look at the timeline, it's almost like a story unfolding. In 2020, he lost his brother, then by 2021, things got even more intense. By 2022, there seemed to be some kind of payback for those losses, and in 2023, he releases an album about healing. Crazy, right? It's like Durk was trying to heal from losing D-Thang and King Von. Now, there are reports linking him to a Chicago case where he's allegedly connected to the death of Samajh. It's believed Mac was targeted as revenge for D-Thang's death. The whole thing feels like a tragic, real-life story playing out. On January 27, 2022, Lil Durk's brother D-Thang was killed. While Durk hasn't been officially charged, his name has been mentioned in unsealed documents ahead of his detention hearing. Just days after Samajh's death, Durk posted a tribute to D-Thang on his story, which only added to the speculation. Not long after, Durk went live on Instagram laughing and making some cryptic comments. He mentioned something about SL for KH and joked about someone being like a cheeseburger, adding, "Ain't nothing cheesy over here." The whole thing has people talking, and it's only fueling more rumors about his possible involvement. "Look here, dummy, this is real water," Durk said, showing off his high-quality jewelry. "Y'all jewelry be looking fake out here for real. I know what's up too, BL," he added. "All that cheesy stuff why all do with shout-outs, you gotta know your jewelry. If someone wants me to shout them out for their jewelry, I'm gonna make sure it's the real deal." Now, they're trying to piece together a timeline from that Instagram live, and rumors are flying that it happened on the same day as the incident. But things got even more heated when rapper Brick Baby spoke out saying, "You can't say Durk never got revenge for King Von." Things got even more intense when Lil Durk got arrested and Brick Baby went live reacting to an old interview where he talked about the whole situation. The story goes that 5 gang members from Chicago who are connected to Lil Durk and OTF are accused of being hired to go after Quando Rondo in a violent incident in LA. It's said that the suspects used credit cards linked to OTF to pay for their flights and rental cars. If they're convicted, the consequences could be serious. Now, everyone's wondering, was this really an attempted hit or something else? The truth is still up in the air, leaving people on edge about what really happened. "Wait, hold up, who died? You can't be saying that anymore," someone said, reacting to the conversation. "Oh, because of FG Cash and those federal charges in California," right? The focus shifted to Lil P and the situation surrounding the case. As the feds dug deeper into Durk, one of the first pieces of evidence they uncovered was footage of King Von jewelry shopping with 2 of the suspects tied to the OTF case. The whole thing got real fast. "You good, my boy?" someone asked as the tension in the room built. With the money man stepping in, everyone knew things were about to get serious. The stakes were high, and it was clear this was just the beginning. Lil Durk's world is falling apart, and it seems like he's looking guiltier with each passing day. His lawyers are trying to help him in court, and a new report has come out, straight from the YSL trial playbook. Durk's producer stepped up and shared that the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy was actually recorded 7 months before the Lil Pab incident. But here's the twist: the song has some pretty incriminating lyrics. In the song, Durk raps, "Look on the news and see your son screaming." No, these lyrics are getting a lot of attention because they sound a lot like what happened in the crime scene. A passenger in the car was seen frantically screaming "no" in the middle of the chaos. As more details come out, the connection between Durk's lyrics and the case is only getting stronger, and it's leaving everyone with even more questions. In one of Durk's songs, he raps, "Told me they got an addy, they got the location, and the feds believe this could be tied to Brick Baby." Brick Baby even spoke out, saying he would have given Quando Rondo's location to Durk if Durk had asked him. He explained, "Why is that such a big deal? It's like people from your hood saying, I didn't do it, but at the end of the day, what's wrong with helping my friend out? This is my boy, he just lost his boy, and he's just trying to figure out who did it. It could have been anyone. And 9 times out of 10, if he had asked me, I probably would have helped him." It really makes you think about loyalty and the lengths people will go for their friends, but it also raises some serious questions about the things happening behind the scenes. What's really going on here? There's a lot of talk going around, and people are questioning if any of this is true. As Brick Baby said, 9 times out of 10, I'd help him if he asked. He even joked, saying, "Sure, if he made the call, I'd write it down right now." But things are getting more intense for Durk. His enemies are noticing all the evidence piling up against him. It was even reported that Durk got transferred to a different prison really quickly. Sources say it was because of issues in his cell block. Being a famous rapper put a big target on his back, and it's believed people were trying to take advantage of him, going after his commissary and money. Fans are starting to make connections, thinking this could be tied to Quando Rondo and OTF, with others trying to get to Durk while he's locked up. The situation keeps getting more complicated, and everyone is waiting to see how it all plays out. What do you think? The very next day, both of them sat down for interviews to talk about Durk's case. What caught people off guard was Tim's response. He said the whole situation could have been avoided. He explained, "I was just protecting my little brother." Then, when he found out that King Von was involved, his reaction was honest and raw. He said, "I was like, damn, if my brother didn't do that dumb thing last night, he'd still be here." But after that, Tim took a step back and said, "I'm not the type of person to hold on to grudges. I'm a humble person. I don't want to disrespect anyone." Even though the weight of the situation was clearly on his mind, he was trying to handle it in the most respectful and thoughtful way possible. It really shows the emotional toll these events take, doesn't it? What do you think about his perspective? Tim shared a real moment when he said how his mom would tell him to stay humble. He said, "I could easily get caught up in clout chasing, but that's not who I am. I'm a humble person." He also added that if things had gone differently, none of this would have happened, showing that he truly feels the weight of the situation. Then, Quando Rondo spoke out about Durk, saying he had a responsibility to protect the people around him. "The ones who are with me, they've got families who love them," he explained. "At the end of the day, all this arguing and back and forth is just dumb." It's a reminder that people involved in all this have families, lives, and responsibilities beyond the drama. Do you think this perspective makes you see things differently? It makes you wonder how much of all this could have been avoided with a little more responsibility and less drama. What's your take on it? Quando Rondo was clearly upset, saying it could have been handled so much better. They could have turned this into something big, like a song, or even made millions out of it. It didn't have to go down this way. It could have been done the right way, in a legit music business kind of way. It's clear he feels like everything could have turned out differently if people had approached it from a smarter angle. But then things took a darker turn. Rumors started flying around, with some saying there was footage of OTF Jam recording the plans to go after Quando Rondo's crew. And if that wasn't enough, Durk's transfer to a new prison block only made things worse for him. The conditions got even more intense, making everything feel like it's spiraling out of control. Charleston White made some pretty strong statements about YNW Melly, saying he's happy that Melly's getting mistreated in jail. He said, "I'm glad he's in there getting mistreated. When you take someone's life, you don't get to complain about anything, especially not about how you're treated." These words definitely stirred up a lot of reactions, showing just how serious Charleston is about his feelings on people who commit violent acts. But just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, rumors started floating around that OTF Vonnie might be snitching on Lil Durk. This raised a lot of eyebrows, especially since it could mean even more trouble for Durk. It's a complicated and tense situation, and it's only adding more heat to the already dramatic case. This week, something big went down in court when OTF Von asked for protective custody, and it didn't take long for Lil Durk's close friend, Bezu, to speak up. He was clearly upset, saying, "Ye all don't really know what's happening in those courtrooms. People are quick to make false accusations and act like they have all the answers like they're detectives. It's crazy, they try to play this game. But it's just weird, you can't just throw people under the bus without knowing the full story." Bezu's frustration is real. He's tired of how quickly people judge the situation without understanding what's actually going on behind the scenes. It's clear he believes there's more to the story, and he's calling out those who are quick to assume. Bezu's clearly frustrated with all the rumors and accusations flying around. He's saying, "Now people are talking about Von being a snitch, but why y'all don't even know what's going on for real? You're just assuming things, and that's why I stay out of all the illegal stuff. You all are just trying to get people in trouble, and I'm not with that." He's making it clear that people jump to conclusions without understanding the full picture. Bezu doesn't want to be part of the mess or spread false rumors. He's all about staying out of the drama and not getting caught up in stuff that could bring trouble. DJ Academics also chimed in to clear up the OTF Vaughn situation. He pointed out, when you see someone post something, it's not always what it seems. He's trying to remind everyone that social media doesn't always tell the full story. There's more going on behind the scenes that people don't see. It's honestly shocking to hear something like this. Lil Durk finding out that his co-defendant, OTF Vaughn King Von's cousin, asked for protective custody when they went to court. That's a huge deal, right? It almost sounds unbelievable when you first hear it. But that's why we have these conversations, to talk through the news and figure out what's really going on. Now, I want to make it clear, I'm not here to judge anyone or call out any specific people. We all know how easy it is to jump to conclusions or get caught up in the hype. Trust me, I've done it too. But what I really try to do is focus on the facts and get everything straight before making any decisions. I never want to spread rumors or say things just to stir up drama. It's about being honest and getting the full picture. We all know that headlines can be super dramatic, right? They often grab our attention, but they don't always tell the whole story. That's why it's important to dive deeper and really understand what's going on. Take the situation with OTF Vaughn, for example. Some people were saying he might be snitching, but DJ Academics, based on what he's heard, believes that's not the case. To clear up the confusion, Lil Durk himself made a phone call that got leaked where he made it clear they weren't going for protective custody. His friend even posted saying, "Just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk and he's in good spirits." It's a reminder that things aren't always what they seem at first, and we need to look at the bigger picture. Headlines can be misleading, so it's important to dig a little deeper for the truth. Lil Durk is keeping his head up, staying focused on staying positive and looking forward to going home to be with his kids and family. It's not about glorifying the negative stuff, it's about knowing that they are more than just street figures. They are men of honor, and no matter how much money they have, they stick to the code. Durk made it clear we do it the same way as everyone else. No protective custody. The call was from a federal prison, and Durk was letting his people know that he's always there for them. "I know how it is, bro, and if you need anything, I got you," he said, proving that loyalty and respect are what matter most. For Durk, it's all about staying real, no matter the fame or fortune. It's about living by the code and showing love for the people who've had his back from the start. From that moment, things changed. It was like everything shifted. He was like, "Got you, man. Whatever it is, send me upstairs. I've got it." Even though Academics wasn't too happy that the phone call was leaked, he had to step in and set the record straight. He wanted to make sure everyone knew that OTF Vaughn wasn't snitching. He made it clear with respect, but still gave his thoughts. "I get it. The guy's fighting for his life. But honestly, whatever the reason might be, I still think it's a bad one." Durk really wanted to get his point across, but the way everything played out made it feel like people were jumping in before he could even finish his thoughts. It's like they took a part of what he said, cut it off, and shared it without letting him speak fully. From the audio, it feels like this wasn't how Durk wanted to communicate with everyone. When you're someone like him, anything you say is going to go viral, no matter the intentions behind it. Even if he's speaking in good faith or just trying to clear things up, it can easily be misunderstood. Take that whole "we don't move off money" part. It sounds like a simple statement, but people might twist it and not really understand where he's coming from. And it doesn't quite add up, right? But here's the thing, a lawyer recently shared his thoughts on Durk's case, and he believes there's still hope for him. He said, "I'm not ready to call this a done deal. They don't have a solid case against Durk just yet. There's a lot left to prove when it comes to this whole conspiracy thing." The lawyer pointed out that up until now, the only real piece of evidence they've got is one text where Durk says, "Don't have them connecting my name to any flights they're taking." That's not really a strong argument for the case. It's clear there's a lot more to the story. So, is that really the only message they've got? Because if you think about it, that one text by itself doesn't really prove much. It's just a piece of the puzzle. It's circumstantial for sure. But here's the thing, we're all going to have to wait and see what else comes out. If they've got someone willing to talk, or if they have video or audio of him saying something that ties him to something serious, then that's a whole different story. Right now, though, all we've got is a text where he's saying, "Don't link me with these people." That could just be him trying to protect himself from others like Grant or someone else in the mix. It's definitely not clear yet, so we'll have to keep watching. Durk's situation is complicated, and a lot of people have different takes on it. Some think he's just trying to protect himself by saying, "Don't link me to anything going down with these guys," but how you look at it really depends on the situation. That text alone doesn't prove much, and that's what one lawyer is saying. He's not ready to claim Durk is done for, especially since there's no solid proof yet. This lawyer also pointed out that Durk's release could happen, but it all depends on whether anyone decides to cooperate with authorities. If the people in charge want him badly enough, they might try to make deals with others, which could change everything. So, it's not clear yet, but it's all about how the case plays out. It's going to take time, and we'll have to see what other evidence surfaces.